Okay. So we've read from page 38 to page 43, which wasn't much left in the second chapter, but it's good stuff. This is good stuff. It's good stuff, okay? So what stood out to me? Um it's the combination of thought and love which forms the irresistible force of the law of attraction. So when I think about that, when I think about the force of law of attraction and how in the beginning of the book they described us as magnets, right? And our thoughts and our feelings are the frequency that pull to us that which we desire through our vibration like a magnet, right? So when you add emotion, it adds a force. Like I feel like it makes the magnet stronger. So I know that you may have seen different types of magnets. There are some basic magnets you can place on a refrigerator, but then there's actual um, a little bit stronger magnets might be inside of machines such as like um, home kitchen kitchen appliances. Excuse me. Some of the appliances have magnets in them. That's how they work. And then you have really strong magnets that are used for industrial use, right? So the more you add love to your thoughts, the more you add love to your thoughts, the stronger the force is, the stronger you are as a magnet. That's a beautiful thing, which is why having the secret shifters, as they mentioned in the beginning of chapter 2, is really good. Something that makes you feel love, something that brings you joy, something that makes you feel really good very quickly. That's very beneficial. All right. There's no greater power in the universe than the power of love. The feeling of love is the highest frequency you can emit. If you could wrap every thought in love and you could love everything and everyone, your life would be transformed. So, a lot of times I think when we think about love, we think about what is going out to the other person. We think about what the other person receives from us. We think about what our environment receives from us, what our job may receive if we love our job, what a person may receive if we love them. We think about it in terms of external, when in reality, it should be internal. Um, it's really internal. When you are doing stuff from love, when you have a thoughts from a place of love, when you have actions from a place of love, it is affecting you internally. It's making your life go well. It's making your life go the best that it can go. It's making your vibration vibrate as high as it can. It is more beneficial for you to act out of love than it is for anybody else. For anybody else, because it's affecting your frequency. You cannot harm another with your thoughts. You can only harm you. The same if you have negative thoughts. It's not hurting anybody else besides you. If you think thoughts of love, guess who receives the benefits? You. So if your predominant state is love, the law of attraction or the law of love responds with the mightiest force because you are on the highest frequency possible. The greater the love you feel and emit, the greater the power you are harnessing. All right? Thought impregnated with love becomes invincible. There's no higher vibration than love. Then that to me means that it's guaranteed that you will manifest your desires. You will manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest just by wrapping your thoughts with love, just by letting yourself feel the love. So when you're thinking about how good the universe is, how good God is, how good your life is, how good people are, and just allow that gratitude to come into you and allow it to um, make you feel love, feel the love for it. I feel like, gratitude easily transitions you into that feeling of love. Okay. Easily transcends you. Like it's easy to go from gratitude into man, I love my life, or I just love that I'm having this experience, or I just love that I'm always taken care of. Like it's easy to transcend and transform into that emotion from gratitude. That's why gratitude is just such a beautiful thing to have. Um, so this is a magnificent universe. I like this affirmation. This affirmation is saying, this is a magnificent universe. The universe is bringing all good things to me. The universe is conspiring for me in all things. The universe is supporting me in everything that I do. The universe meets all my needs immediately. That sounds really good. Very similar to the ultimate manifestation that Rachel mentioned um, when she says the ultimate manifestation says, I live in a friendly universe that is always providing for me. Yes. It is. Those are manifestation. You can Google that. It's really, really good. It came from the Agape Love Church, which is head by Michael Beckwith, who is in this book. um, Another great affirmation. Life is so easy. Life is so good. All good things come to me. And the thing is the truth behind all of this, the truth is that you deserve all good things life has to offer. You deserve all good things life has to offer. You deserve all good things life has to offer. You deserve the very best in life. Okay. Just because you're born, you don't have to do anything special. You exist because you were chosen to exist in this form, in this physical form. There was many, many forces that came together to bring you into the physical form. And you deserve all good things life has to offer. All right. The law of attraction is your magnificent tool to create whatever you want in your life. Welcome to the magic of life and the magnificence of you, who you are. You know, this stems for us. Things in the world do not exist without you, without me, without people. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a very, very beautiful thing, okay, to tap into this law because it's always working. And speaking of that, let me go into the secret summaries. And the first thing it says is the law of attraction is a law of nature. It is impartial as the law of gravity. The law of gravity never stops working. The law of attraction never starts working. So with that being said, let me say this. So if you find yourself in a negative thought, right? And you begin to spiral. It's because the law of attraction is working. The law is working. It never stops. So it takes you a minute to shift the thoughts because like attracts like. So if you're having negative thoughts, you're going to have other negative thoughts. That's why when you think negative, you spiral. You'll be like, well, this is this, and then this, and then this, and then you start going, and then you find other things that's not working, and the negative thoughts just keep going and keep going and going. And next thing you know, you're thinking about something negative that wasn't even where your thoughts started. Okay? It's not even where your thoughts started. But the thing is you always know what you're thinking based off how you feel. When you're feeling awful, that means you're not in alignment with yourself. You're not in alignment with your inner being. You're not in alignment with God. You're not in alignment when you're feeling bad. So your feelings let you know where you are. So what you do is you find the thoughts or you find the secret shifters that bring you a feeling of relief. Your emotions will always let you know. Your emotions will always let you know. Okay? The emotions will always let you know. So you're not going to feel good when you start thinking and having that negative spiral. But when you find that one thought that brings you relief, when you find that one thought that brings you ease, that makes you feel a little better, because the law of attraction is always working, you're going to attract like thoughts, which means another thought that makes you feel better come and another thought that makes you feel better come, and then you can gradually get yourself over to the positive thinking, and then you're attracting more positive thoughts again, right? The law is always working. The law is always working. So Brittany says, I have to tap into what I know about love because I have a love interest and I was nervous talking to him. Yes, it's okay. Love is the most powerful energy. So there's nothing wrong with feeling it. And if we go back to what we talked about in Brene Brown's book, she mentioned how when we're going through something good or when we have an enjoying experience, we'll let certain thoughts sabotage the moment because we start thinking about what we're ashamed of, what we're fearful of, and we don't allow ourselves to really be in the moment to enjoy it. Allow yourself to enjoy it. Enjoy the moment, relish in it, receive it, let it all in. Okay? You deserve it. The second thing it says in the secret summary is nothing can come into your experience unless you summon it through your persistent thoughts. So understand, like, if you have one negative thought, it's not going to create a whole negative life. It doesn't work immediate like that. It has to be persistent thoughts. You know, those times when you're brewing about something, you might be upset and you're brewing about it in your thoughts and you're thinking your thing. That's a persistent thought. But then, you know, when you're excited about something, maybe it's a event you're looking forward to, a gathering or seeing a friend or something, and you think about it and you're excited, those are persistent thoughts. So when you're persistently thinking about something, that's how you summons it into your space. So when you're thinking, understand that your thoughts control your emotions, your emotions control your vibration. Okay. So when you have a persistent thought, it's going to evoke a certain emotion in you. It's going to either feel good or it's not going to feel good. But when it feels good, is going to attract more positive, good things to you. That's how you know what frequency you're on, based off how you feel. So that goes to this next one. It says, to know what you're thinking, ask yourself how you're feeling. Emotions are valuable tools that instantly tell us what we're thinking. So for those of you that don't like to deal with emotions, or think emotions are weak, or think emotions are bad, or think I don't want to feel, you are negating the value of emotions. Emotions are a valuable tool to let you know where you are. It lets you know where your thoughts are, because a lot of times you have monkey brain. I'm pretty sure there's a good portion of you that don't meditate to keep your brain calm on a regular basis. And I'm not saying that in a judgmental way. I'm saying it in a way that's based off reality. So the best way to check in with your thoughts is through your emotions, okay? Through your emotions. Now, as you begin to meditate and make it a habit and make it something you do regularly, you will be more aware of your thoughts. You'll be more aware of how those thoughts are tied to your vibration. You'll be more aware of shifting your thoughts to that which vibration you want to be in, okay? I'm also reading this book by Esther and Jerry Hicks called The Power of Your Emotions. And that is what that whole book is about. It's about the law of attraction and form of your emotions, and how your emotions tell you when you're out of alignment. When you feel awful, you are not aligned with your God self. You're not aligned with your higher self. You're not aligned with yourself in the inside. Okay? There's a thought process that's causing you to be out of alignment. And when you're feeling bad on a consistent basis, that is the frequency you're in, and you continue to attract that same thing. Now, that book is really good. I don't know if it's something we're going to read here, because it's it's a deep book. It's high level, it's high level, but it's really good. So one of the things that is spoken on in that book about your power of your emotions is it doesn't require action. It doesn't require you to act when you want to make change. It requires you to shift your vibration. It requires you to shift how you feel. And you do that by shifting your thoughts, okay? You do it by shifting your thoughts. You don't act. It's not like, okay, I'm tired of this, enough is enough. That's how we typically are. And it describes that in the book, that humans want to act. They want to change something. They want to go into action. But the key is if you can do all the action that you want, but if your vibration is not shifted, you're going to keep getting the same thing over and over. So you can go and change and go to another job. You can go into another relationship. You can do all this action, but if you don't shift your vibration, you're going to summons the same thing, because you're still having the same persistent thought. So what they teach you through the power of your emotions and how your emotions are a valuable tool is that when you shift your vibration, your emotions will shift. So no matter what's going on around you, when you're able to shift your emotions, when you're able to shift your vibration, then everything in the universe begins to conspire for you. Everything begins to work out for you. And then it gets to shift. You don't have to do the work now. You may get the urge to go ahead and do something. It says when you feel enthusiastic, that is usually the urge to act. Enthusiasm equals you being in alignment with self and time to do action. Okay, that is an emotion, which is a valuable tool. Your emotion is a valuable tool that lets you know it's time to act on something when you have enthusiasm. So I'm gonna give you a little jewels from the other book, which is called The Power of Your Emotions by Jerry and Esther Hicks. Okay, The Power of Your Emotions. Or I think it's like The Astonishing Power of Your Emotions, something like that. So you can Google that. It's probably on Amazon. It was a gift for Christmas, and it's really good. So um understanding that shifting your vibration is more important than the action. Shifting your thoughts is more important than anything. Use your emotions as a gauge. Your emotions are a very valuable tool. Your emotions will let you know when you're not aligned with yourself. If you're feeling bad, that means you're not aligned with your higher self. You're not aligned with God. If you're feeling good, you're aligned with your higher self. You're aligned with God. You're aligned with the universe. You're aligned with everything that you want and desire. Okay? Use your feelings as a guide. It is impossible to feel bad and at the same time have good thoughts. That is just impossible. Now, I know not all of you, most of you probably don't like mathematics, don't like science, okay? But when I see this just reminds me of certain equations, certain theorems where things are just impossible, okay? For one, when you are trying to balance an equation, I'm going to talk about a little algebra because that's what's popping in my mind, all right? The left side has to equal the right side. Okay, you can't have a 2 on the left side and a 0 on the right side. That means they're not equal to each other. That means that this problem is not solved. It is impossible. It is not possible. Okay, now there's certain things that magic can happen in the world. Yes, I'm not negating that. But it is impossible to feel bad and at the same time have good thoughts. So how do I see that? We have an equal sign. On the left side, we have feel bad. On the right side of the equal sign, we have good thoughts. They don't equal each other. It doesn't work. It's a false statement. It doesn't happen. It's impossible. Okay? They have to equal. How do they equal? Good feelings on the left side of the equal side, good thoughts on the right side. Bad feelings on the left side of the equal sign, bad thoughts. They have to be in alignment. Okay? So it's impossible to feel bad and at the same time have good thoughts. Just understand that, right? Your thoughts determine your frequency. Your feelings tell you immediately what frequency you on. All right. When you feel bad, you are on a frequency of drawing more bad things. When you feel good, you are perfectly attracting more good things to you. Understand the value of your emotions. Understand the value of your feelings. It's a gauge. It's no different than the gas gauge in your vehicle. It's no different than a thermostat in your house. It tells you how cold and warm it is. The gas gauge tells you how much gas is left in there. The oil gauge tells you how much oil is left in your vehicle. All right. The temperature, the thermometer in the fridge tells you how cold it is in your refrigerator. It is a gauge. It's a valuable gauge. We need these tools. Your emotions is a tool that you need. It's a tool that you need. Now, we read Brene Brown's book, right, about being vulnerable. So you understand why it's important with being vulnerable. When you're being vulnerable and honest in your emotions, it allows you to gauge where you are and know what frequency you're on. And then it allows you to know what kind of thoughts you're having, which she speaks about those gremlin thoughts. And then she speaks about as you build shame resilience and as you push through your feelings, as you push through your vulnerability, as you push through those gremlins, aka the thoughts, begin to dwindle. They go away, right? Because now you're doing things, now that you're in a vibration of what feels good, that means you're in the thoughts of what feels good. You're changing your thinking, which changes your feelings and changes your frequency. Okay? When you feel good, you are powerfully attracting more good things to you. It says powerfully attracting, not just attracting. So understand that the power of good is much stronger than the power of negative. Just like your positive thoughts are more powerful than your negative thoughts, right? The power of good is more, the thoughts of good, the feelings of good is more powerful, right? So your positive thinking, your positive feelings are so much more powerful. Don't get in that cycle of thinking, oh my goodness, I had a negative thought. I'm going to attract all negative things. No, it has to be persistent thoughts. It has to be a persistent feeling of being in that place. Okay. So just because you have a little bad feeling here and there, it doesn't supersede the positive feelings that you have. All right. Secret shifters, such as pleasant memories, nature, your favorite music, can change your feelings and shift your frequency in an instant. We talked about this 2 weeks ago when we was reading the beginning of the book. Write a list of your secret shifters. Put it in your phone. Email it to yourself, write it in a notebook, whatever works for you. Those things that instantly put you in a good mood. Make a playlist of music that instantly puts you in a good mood. If dancing instantly puts you in a good mood, do that. If singing instantly puts you in a good mood, do that. Do those things that shift you into a good mood. It doesn't matter what's putting you in a good mood. It's all about just being in that frequency. It doesn't matter. Okay. And this may sound a little crazy. Okay. This may sound crazy. So you can be in a situation around people, around things. Let's just say you're around people that are grieving and the vibration is sad. It is persistent. Okay. Persistent, persistent, persistent. Shift your secret shifters is what you need, because if you shift the vibration of how you're feeling, you're going to start to shift things around you. Okay. So make sure you have your secret shifters, your list. Okay. The feeling of love is the highest frequency you can emit. The greater the love you feel and emit, the greater the power you are harnessing. So, like I was describing before, love is the force of our magnet. We are magnets. We have a frequency and we attract to us. We pull things to us. Whatever it is that we are thinking persistently and feeling is what we're pulling to us. So, when we have love, that makes the magnet stronger. That makes the magnet stronger. And I can imagine the stronger the magnet is, the quicker you pull it to you. So understand that having the frequency of love, having the feeling of love is beneficial to you. Yes, it's beneficial to others, but love is not about anybody else in reality. It's really about us. How does it affect us? But it's the same with negative thoughts. It's the same with hate. It's the same with dislike. It's not harming the other person. It's only harming you because it's changing your frequency. It's changing your frequency. So love is very, very powerful force. So wrap your thoughts in love. Wrap those thoughts in love. When you do that, then you have this feeling of love, and it makes you a very powerful, very, very powerful magnet. Okay, very powerful magnet. Excuse me. So that is the end of chapter 2, which is the secret made simple. These are the simple tools that are given to us to make it simple. This is how you make the secret simple. This is how you make it easy. This is everyday use. Okay? This is everyday use. Let me put a little music back on. This is everyday use of the secret. Everyday use. Okay? So this is how you apply it. This is how you become aware. And you heard Jack Canfield say his life has been amazing since he's been aware of the law of attraction. He has, this big home. He has an amazing relationship. He goes on vacation. He experiences different things, and that's because he's aware and he's applying the law of attraction. All right. So just be aware. Use your emotions as a tool. Allow love to be in everything that you do. And it's just powerful. I'm just thinking about when I grew up in the church. We had our mission statement, and I remember it's let love be like the guide in all that we do, or something like that. And that's a powerful statement. You do things out of love. When you do it out of love, that is the highest frequency that you can emit. The highest frequency. And this is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to practice this. It's coming to mind, okay? I want y'all to practice looking at what you love about everything, even if it's something that you dislike, okay? You can find something that you love about it. You can find something that you love about the person. You can find something that you love about the situation. I don't care if it's one thing out of 20. I want you to start looking at the love in everything, right? I love my vehicle because it keeps me safe when I'm out on the road. It gets me from place to place. I love this earthly experience because it allows me to grow. I get to meet beautiful people, have beautiful experiences. So, even if you're not, let's just find something a little harder. You're grieving. You lost somebody close to you. I love the fact that I got to experience this person. Okay. I love that I was so blessed to be in this person's life. And I love that they made such an impact on me that, I'm going to miss them dearly. You're not feeling so well. I love that my body tells me when something's wrong. I love that, my body doesn't malfunction without letting me know. And that when it lets me know, I can do something to make myself feel better. I love that there's people out there that are researching and doing their best to find ways to make people whole and in good health, right? Just practice that. Practice in what you love about something. If it's your job, okay? It might be a lot of chaos at the job, but I'll think about my last job. I love that I had an understanding boss. I love that my boss understood that I was a mother first before anything. I love that I had friends at my job, that my coworkers, I had 2 coworkers that became life friends. I love that, it wasn't a lot of traffic in my job, in my office. It was very quiet. I love that I had my own space in the office, right? What is it that I loved about the job, right? Focus on what you love. And Shalom says, love is the greatest frequency. Positive thoughts are more powerful than negative. Yes, that's your takeaway. That is good. That is good stuff, okay? So focus on that. Just think about what you love about everything, especially when you find yourself agitated. When your emotions are not that happy. You know what I mean? When you're not feeling good. Challenge yourself to shift it. Shift it. Shift it. Use gratitude. Use love. Shift the thought. Because law of attraction is the law of nature. It's constantly working. So as long as you allow yourself to feel bad and have negative thoughts, you're going to stay in that place. Right? you're going to stay in that place. But shift to positive thoughts. Shift to positive thoughts, right? Shift to positive thoughts. And I think this is great to practice right now in Mercury retrograde. This is a good time to really practice this and work on shifting internally versus shifting externally. And I say that because usually during a Mercury retrograde energy, you have to redo, revise things. If you do have a contract or a commitment, it usually changes. They usually suggest that you don't sign contracts and such as that during a Mercury retrograde, just because things will change. It won't be the original um, agreement. But, practice it over and over and over and over. Repetition. RE words. That is retrograde. So repetition, 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 repetition. Find the love in the things that might be bothering you. So if anybody is listening right now and you have something, or you want to write it in the comments on YouTube, if you have something that's been bothering you, something negative that's bothering you, and you can't find your way out of it, you can't dig yourself out of the hole, you could go ahead and share it, and I will help with shifting the thoughts and shifting and helping you shift the thoughts to those of thoughts of relief, which make you feel better. So when I say relief, it's relieving you from the negative feelings. Okay, understand your emotions are a valuable tool. Your emotions are your gauge. It lets you know if you're on or off track in terms of being in alignment. All right, that is your gauge. Emotions are very powerful. Very, 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 very powerful. I know some of you might just be like, hey, something's going on with my child, maybe. How do I not have, negative emotions about that? I think that's a very tender one for a lot of people when you have children. It's how do you work through that? How do you gauge through that? That's very emotional. So what you do, find the love in it. Find the gratitude in it. Okay? So it may be something negative that happened, right? Let's just say the child is still living. We're not going to go into, a loss of a child, but, I'm thankful my child's alive. I'm thankful that my child gets to experience his life. I'm thankful that all is well with my child, even though I would like better. I'm thankful that there's opportunity for it to grow. I'm thankful that I get to experience a love and connection to another being so great. I'm thankful that this child brings me so much joy. I'm thankful that, when things shift, I'll be able to value and I'll be able to appreciate my time or my moments with my child, or I'll be able to appreciate them going through this. I'm thankful that God always keeps us protected, me and my child. I'm thankful that, my child will learn things on their own. And although I want a better situation, think of the love. I love my child dearly. I'm thankful that I have somebody in this world that I would like to live for. I'm thankful that I have somebody in this world that would push me to do whatever I need to do. I'm thankful to experience a love like that. Okay? Now it's bringing you relief. Okay? It's bringing you relief. And as you keep going, the law of attraction is working. Light thoughts attract light thoughts. So you might not think of everything in this moment. You might not can't say everything in this moment. But as you stay on that path, you will begin to attract more light thoughts. You'll be able to attract more situations. You'll be surprised that you probably begin to shift the situation itself because you are in a different frequency, right? You're in a different frequency. And I know I mentioned this like last summer. Focusing on fear and focusing on what you don't want brings that. So if you're scared of something, don't consume your thoughts of that. You consume your thoughts of that, what it is that you want. Okay? What it is that you want. So when you do it out of love, oh, I love my child so much. I'm so thankful that God blessed me with a child. I'm so thankful that, that I have this problem. That's one of the things I've been saying, okay? When it comes to just having certain things. Like when you're blessed with certain things, there's certain problems that come with it, right? Okay? Sometimes they be like, oh, like rich people have rich people problems that not rich people don't have, right? So when I have a challenge with something, when God has blessed me with more, like with this home, you know what I mean? There may be some things that come through that's challenging, like, okay, oh my goodness, something needs to be fixed. Or, like, I messed up my grass in the yard. I gotta fix that. It's pushing me. I'm thankful for having these problems. It's getting me to think differently. It's getting me to assess differently. I never had to think about how to keep up a yard in a certain way. So I'm thankful for the expansion and experience. Okay, I'm thankful for that. So, and I'm not telling you it was easy, but I'm telling you that the law of attraction always works. I'm telling you that it's a law that never stops working. So if we can use our power of love, especially in a situation with your children, because I want to use that example because that's usually near and dear to people's heart, especially in that situation. I'm thankful to God that God gave me a child. I'm thankful to God that, I have this problem. All right. I'm blessed. There's some people that can't have children and want them dearly. You know what I mean? And don't have the money to get a surrogate, or don't have the money to adopt, or just they don't have the situation that I have. I'm blessed to have a home, full of noise. I'm blessed that I have a child and now I have to work on teaching my child conflict resolution. It might be challenging, but I'm thankful that I'm going through this experience. I might be going through it with my child's other parent. You know what I mean? I'm thankful to have a child and not to have a child. So yes, this may be a problem, right? I'm thankful that I can change my emotions about it. I can focus on the positive. That the law of attraction is always working and the universe is always working for me and always making sure that we're good. And all I have to do is focus on the good. All I have to do is stay in a good vibration and good will continue to come. Although this may be scary, although I might be scared, all I have to do is separate from the fear and allow myself to focus on the gratitude and focus on the love. Because when I focus on that, I begin to attract more and more of that. And when I'm focusing on that, I then attract the situation I want with my child. I then attract the situation that I want with my child's other parent. These aren't the things they're teaching us. This is not what our families taught us. It's not what society taught us. So it may feel contradictory at first. It may feel out of your comfort zone at first. But we are learning different. We are learning light thoughts attract light thoughts. We are learning that the law of attraction is always working. We are learning that if you are in a good vibration, good will come to you. Good will come to you. So no matter what you have to do to get yourself in a good vibration, okay, do it. If it's a loved one, if it's somebody you care about, your spouse or something like that, focus on what you love about them. Focus on what you love about them. Focus on what you're thankful for. Okay, they may not be in the best mood, but hey, I'm thankful they're here. They're well, they're alive. They're well and alive. They're here. They're here. What is it that you love about the person? What do you love? What do you love? What do you love? I love this, this, and this about this person. I guarantee you, as you focus on that and focus on that and focus on that, that's all that you're going to attract to you. You will attract those things. Like attracts like. You'll be in a good vibration. Okay? And I've been doing this myself the last few weeks. Reading both of these books, I've been doing it. Okay? I'm not going to say and tell you it's easy, but the biggest thing you have to also understand is other people's behaviors have nothing to do with you. For you to think other people's behaviors have something to do with you is selfish. Other people's behaviors have nothing to do with you. When you disengage from allowing people's behaviors to cause you to react instead of respond, it makes it a lot easier. Okay? It makes staying in a good vibration and light easier despite what people are doing, because their actions have nothing to do with you. As Don Ruru says in the Four Agreements, it's from their own perception in their own world. People act the way they do because of where they are. It's nothing for you to take personal. Don't take it personal, because the one thing you can't control is another person. You can't control another person's behavior. And I feel like you learn that when you have kids. They're just going to do what they want to do. You can't control it. But what you can control is your vibration. You can control how you feel. You control your vibration. And if you wrap your thoughts in love, it becomes invisible. You become this force, this powerful force. It attracts like. Right? So then you begin to shift the good around you. Okay? I'm a believer that if you're wrapping your thoughts in love and your experience in love with your children, it's only going to bring you closer to them. Whether what they do or whatever their behavior is, whether you like it or not. The same with your significant other, whether you like it or not. If you truly love the person, if you love the person and you look at what it is that you love about them and you focus on that and you wrap yourself in that, then you will begin to attract those things and you will make things shift around you. Only good. There's a crow that flew out here. So the crow is confirmation. Okay. So Sybil says, I love this acting class. I'm a little nervous. I won't be able to continue to pay for it. So focus on the love. When that thought comes up, thank you for sharing. Focus back on your thought. Okay. Just focus on keeping your thoughts in the positive. Focus on what you love. Focus on loving the class. Focus on being there in the class. Focus on that experience. Consume your thoughts with that. You can't think two things at the same time. So just focus on that. Don't even think about that. And I promise you that's for anybody that's concerned about paying anything. All right? I know you're probably like, whoa, all I'm supposed to do is focus on good thoughts and it's just, paying stuff is just supposed to fall out the sky. It might, the universe works in mysterious ways, but what I will say, as long as you stay in a good vibration, the universe will inspire you to act when you're supposed to act. The enthusiasm will come through and you act when you're supposed to act. It's this thing that us humans do with time where we feel like, we have to start working on something sooner because we don't have much time. But it's this thing in the universe called divine timing that means, hey, I might need you to sit for 30 days and on the 31st day you move and move effectively and by the first you have everything you need. Right? So focusing on the positive energy, focusing on being in a good vibration, you will attract the situations to you. You will attract it to you. And you will do what's called effective action, not just action. Because you can do this, that, but if it's not lined up in the right timing, in the right place, the right time, right moment, it's not going to line up. But if you allow yourself to stay in a good frequency, if you allow your emotions to be in a good frequency, not a frequency of worry, not a frequency of doubt, not a frequency of fear, not a frequency of you living in a world where you don't have God supporting you. Yes, God supports you. And I'm not talking about in the way that you sit and do nothing. I'm not talking about those people like, oh, God's going to fix everything. I don't have to do nothing. No. But you align with that faith and you will be inspired to move. You will be inspired to have effective action. I promise you. I promise you. And it'll be at the right moment at the right time. For those of you that know I waited for so long to move. Like I was ready to move. I was getting impatient. I haven't been that impatient since then. I learned my lesson, by the way, because I really respect and understand divine timing. Something told me to send an email on July 10th to follow up about getting into my home. That was the inspired action. That's that gut feeling, intuition, inspired action, the effective action. I sent the email. They called me. We're so sorry. It's been a lot going on in the office. When do you want to move? Today. Okay. Well, I got to get to work on your lease. Well, I need you to do this, and this. Every single place I went to turn on my utilities, I walked right in and got everything done. I called to change my insurance. They answered right away. I went to get my money orders at the post office. There was no line. Everything lined up. The last thing I got turned on was my water. And I remember walking out of the building because this was a Friday, which means I would have had to wait till Monday. I remember walking out of the building to get my water turned on at 5 o'clock, and that's when they closed. I walked out and had everything done. I was able to take everything, send pictures to her. So it was divine timing. Everything lined up, okay? I had to sit still. There was nothing else I could do. So me being impatient, me being antsy, I was only affecting my frequency. I was only starting to summon things that wasn't aligned with that which I wanted to attract, okay? So your emotions let you know when you're in alignment. I know it may feel weird at first, like, man, I just got to sit still right now. Yes, be still right now. We'll tell you when to move. We'll tell you when it's best to move. Okay? And when it is best to move, it lines up. It lines up. It lines up. That's how you know the universe is always working for you. That's how you know everything's always conspiring for your good. Okay? It will line up. So your emotions are a valuable tool that lets you know where your frequency is, right? So if you're thinking the negative thoughts, right? Find the thought that brings you relief, that makes you feel better. Understand that it may not happen immediately because the law of attraction is working, which means like attracts like. So if you're thinking negative thoughts, you're going to be attracting negative thoughts. That's the law. If I am pouring something, the law of gravity is going to continue to work until I decide to shift it. And then it will not work against it. It's the same thing when you shift it. When you shift your thoughts, then the law will work in a different way. So if you're pouring something, the law of gravity never stops working. The law of attraction never stops working. All right. So find a thought of relief. It might take you a moment. It may take you some time to find what your secret shifters are, as they call them. But the more you work towards it, the better. The more you're working towards it, the more you're gonna attract to you what it is you're looking for. Because it's looking for you just as much as you're looking for it. Right? Okay. So emotions aren't weak by any means. They're a valuable tool to let you know where your frequency is. Love is the highest frequency you can be on, the strongest force that you can emanate. So look for things that you love. Look at things that you love, especially those situations that might not be the most pleasant situation. Look at the love. Find the love in a situation, all right? Find the love in a situation. And I hope that I was able to help you with anything that you may be going through, or help you with anything that you may go through in the future. But I promise you, as long as you keep thinking these positive thoughts and keep having good frequency, you probably won't have problems at all. At all. And just remember, you can't control anybody's behavior. You can't control anybody's behavior, but you can control yourself. You can control your reactions. You can control yourself. You can control your thoughts. You can control you. You can't control anybody else. Your spouse, your children, your children's other parents, your parents, your mama, sister, cousin, your boss, the coworkers. And when you realize that you can't control the behavior, then you realize that you can control your reaction and your response. You can control your emotions. You can control how you perceive it and think about it. And don't allow somebody else's behavior to change your frequency. Don't allow somebody else's behavior to change your frequency. Because 10 times out of 10, their behavior is not based off you. It's based off their perfection, their perception, based off their world, their hurt, their lack of healing, their wounds, which happened before you probably existed. All right. So I appreciate all of y'all. It's good to be back here. I know I hadn't been here in a little while, so I'm thankful I made it today. Make sure you download the free gratitude journal on my website, KenyattaAuset.com. Tomorrow is prayer day. Submit your prayer requests at KenyattaAuset.com. All right. If you want to help yourself shift your vibration and shift the energy around you, I have spiritual baths on KenyattaAuset.com. And I've been putting some on some new seals and grids, so they're pretty strong. I'm excited. So it's going to get better and better. Better and better and better and better and better. That's the only thing that can happen, right? So get your spiritual baths, all right? And download the gratitude journal. It's free. And if you like it, then you can go get the book Life Visions on Amazon, my book Life Visions, which also have prompts. So I appreciate all of y'all for being here. Appreciate this time, the divinity of this moment, and being able to just do what I do. I love what I do, and I appreciate, the universe. I appreciate God for using me as a vessel to speak and share things with you all right? So I want y'all to have a good day, all right? Have a beautiful day, and I'm going to see y'all tomorrow, all right? Bye. Bye.